Okay, so today we're going to look at section 12C, linear functions. So a function, so we need to understand what a function is. So a function does something to an input to give an output. So you're putting a number in, you're doing something to it, and you're getting a number out. So the input is our x, the output is our y when we're talking about a graph. The majority of the time we're talking about x is going in and y is coming out. Okay, this is what's called a mapping diagram. So this is my input and this is my output. Another word they use for input is domain, and another word they use for output is range. So 1 goes into the function and the function is multiplying it by 2. So 1 multiplied by 2 is 2 and my output is 2. So 1, 2 is my first point. 2 goes into the function, it's been multiplied by 2 and out comes 4. 2, 4 is my second point. 3 goes into the function, be multiplied by 2 and my output is 6. So these are called couples or pairs, and it's just our xy coordinates if we were graphing them. We need to be able to distinguish what's a function, what's not a function. So from a mapping diagram or even where given points, the easiest way to think about it is think about your TV remote control. If you press 1 on your TV, you get RT1. If you press 2, you get RT2. If you press 3, you get TV3. So each channel goes to one channel only. Alright, you can have a button that doesn't go to any channel, alright, or you could have a button, you could have 4 and it could be going to the same channel as 3. That's all fine, because that's all what can happen on our TV remote. So this is a function. Here, this cannot happen. When I press 1, I can't get 2 channels, alright. So if I have 1 RT1, 1 RT2, then it's not a function because I can't have one input going to 2 outputs. So that's how we distinguish whether it's an input or a function or not. Okay, so there's different ways to write functions. So f of x equals 2x plus 4. This is just saying it's a function and x is the input. So whatever value of x, so if you were asked to find f of 1, you just fill in 1 over here. 2 times 1 plus 4. This is the same thing, it's just a different way of writing it. So f dot dot x, an arrow. So you can just ignore everything from here. This is the function, 2x plus 4. And sometimes we just write y equals 2x plus 4 because that's really what we're getting. This is the output we get when we put in our input x. Okay. So the type of questions, find f of x. If f of x is equal to 5x plus 3, find f of 2. Okay. So instead of, so you see up here, x is here and x is here. They're replacing x by 2. So we're going to replace x by 2 in the bracket and then enter your calculator. That's all there is to it. Okay. Again, x is being replaced by 4. So 5. So x, so 4. And that's 23. And for minus 2, same thing again. Minus 2 just goes in here. And the answer is 7. Alright, so you just type that into your calculator, it'll give you the answer. So the important thing is that you're just filling in x is that. So I'm not going to do the rest of the examples in that section today. We're just going to look at the type of questions that they ask. So list the set of inputs and the set of outputs in each of the following set of points. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 is your input. 3, 4, 5 and 6 is your output. So your x's are your inputs, your y's are your outputs. Find the domain and range. So this is just, domain is an input, range is output. So this is the same question as question 1, but it's just calling them different things. So my domain is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My range is 5, 9, 13, 17, 21. Okay? This is like the question I just did. If f of x equals 3x, find f of 1. So you're just going to replace x by 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Replace x by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and so on. The next, all those questions are the same. If f of x equals 5x minus 2 and x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, find the set of outputs. So this is just a fancy way of this question. So it's telling you put in 1, put in 2, put in 3, put in 4, and find your values. Same here, put in 1, 3, 5, and 6, put in 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, these ones are similar to earlier. Say why the following set of couples is a function. So here, think about whether it satisfies your remote control. Is each input going to a different output? Alright, so have a look. So I'm going to set you exercise 12C, questions 1 to 15. So give them a go and let me know if there's any problems.